That sound means dinner started, but it doesn't tell you what your arteries are about to do with it. The same pan, same plate, three different long-term outcomes. And most of the difference isn't what you think. One choice feels comforting. One plate looks healthy. One week feels balanced. But cholesterol doesn't care how it looks. It only responds to the structure. Long-term heart health isn't built from perfect meals. It's built from repeatable cooking structures. I'm Gina, and at Vital Cook, we look at health through the lens of everyday kitchen systems, not food rules or fad diets. Many people think heart health comes with cutting out something: butter, carbs, meat. Take a closer look into heart healthy populations and cultures. The story is something else. Across decades of dietary research, patterns emerge. Not superfoods, not eliminations. Three repeatable structural habits. When they cluster together, cardiovascular risk drops. Think of it as a structural trinity: the plate structure, the fat replacement, and the omega-3 signal. Miss one and progress slows. Stack all three and the risk curves bend. If you step back from trends and look at population-level dietary models, a pattern appears. The plate itself becomes the intervention. The Healthy Eating Plate from Harvard and the Eatwell Guide from NHS both converge on the same structural principle. Most of the plate, by volume, is plant-based, not as a garnish but as a foundation. Soluble fiber binds bile acids, compounds made from cholesterol. When they leave the body, the liver pulls LDL from circulation to replace them. Most heart health guidelines suggest that 25 to 38 grams of fiber per day, an emphasis on legumes, oats, and whole grains. That's achievable when half of your plate carries the load. Heart risk doesn't fall because fat disappears. It falls when saturated fat is replaced with unsaturated fat. Most guidelines recommend keeping saturated fat below 10% of daily calories. The AHA suggests 5 to 6% for high-risk individuals. In practical terms, use olive or canola oil as default. Limit butter, cream, high-fat red meat. Let fat come mostly from nuts, seeds, and fish. Not perfection, but replacement. EPA and DHA reduce triglycerides. They are biologically active forms of omega-3 fat, which improves plaque stability and lower fatal coronary events. These are found primarily in marine foods. The plant omega-3 must be converted into EPA and DHA. That conversion is limited. That is why marine sources are emphasized in cardiovascular guidelines. This isn't restrictive, it's structural. Build the volume first, protein becomes proportionate automatically. Make one oil your default. That single habit changes hundreds of meals per year. But even the right structure and fat leave one gap. Operationally, this means fatty fish twice weekly, legumes 3 to 4 times weekly, poultry or plant-based proteins rotating, red meat minimal, not default. This is a rhythm, not restriction. Now watch what happens when all three show up. Structure lowers LDL handling load. Fat replacement reduces LDL formation, and omega-3 improves lipid signaling and plaque stability. Different mechanisms, same direction. For your weekly heart-friendly eating, keep a simple structure. Buy 2 fatty fat portions, or if you are vegetarian, options like flax seeds, walnuts, chia or hemp seeds, 3 to 4 legume options, 1 default cooking oil, preferably olive oil or canola, 4 to 6 vegetable types, intact whole grains, and a handful of nuts and seeds. Rotate this around your week. Don't reinvent. If one meal fails, the week still holds. Build this into your meal prep, and heart-healthy eating through a busy week starts running on autopilot. So now you know heart health accumulates quietly, one meal at a time. It comes from a plate structure, a fat that cooperates, and including something that your body is missing and your heart recognizes. If this helped you see cooking as a system, not as pressure, hit that like button and share this with someone who can benefit from these tips. Which of these 3 steps have you been overlooking? Tell me in the comments. And if you would like help applying any of these in your own meals, feel free to reach out. Next, we are looking into how to cook this food in ways that better support your heart. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.